Good morning.
Hi.
She flies in. How are you? Cheers.
I'm good. Got my coffee, so that's the main thing. I was actually flipping through the Oprah magazine to look for positive affirmations, but instead I found kick up your kegels.
I feel like we need to create like a sarcastic positive affirmations journal or something.
I have a lot of those. I've actually done a lot of those on my Instagram.
I like those ones.
Yeah.
But they have to be obviously sarcastic because sometimes, you know, the subtleness, people go, oh, that's so sweet. And it's like, no, I didn't mean that.
Yeah, exactly. It's like one of my favorites is, did I roll my eyes out loud?
Yeah, I like that one. That one was funny. I remember when you said that one.
Because it's true.
So we've been literally putting all the finishing, which is why we're talking about positive affirmations, and we are actually looking for them for the summit. So we have our summit starts on Monday. So the last few days have been a little crazy in regards to finishing touches, making sure we have everything, putting things together, and it's sort of the pre stuff is pretty easy. Not easy, but easier. And now we get into the executions. We need to make it available, the videos for people to watch, people who have bought the VIP wellness package gets to watch them in a separate place. So there's just lots of moving pieces right now. Mm-hmm. Putting together a summit is not for the faint of heart.
No. And I think, there's a lot of last minute things, at least for us, because we like to make sure that we include everything that we believe will benefit people. So for example, we do an intro to every day, but we can't do the intro until our whole lineup has sent in their information, all their videos, everything, so that we can kind of precursor and say, this is what today looks like. So we don't really know until the last minute. So it's
and some people do a canned one. And you see those a lot on summits, right? Welcome to day one. Enjoy your day.
Yeah.
But what happens if we do the intro, say today, and we go, oh, and we're really looking forward to this, and this, but this person doesn't include their video, or they say their title has changed, or can I just make one last minute thing?
Yeah.
I would rather it live in the, yes, this is what you're going to get because I know it's there. This is what it's called. So yeah, maybe we're a little bit of perfectionist on that side.
I think we over deliver.
Yeah.
And that's just our nature. We over deliver, and we like to include, as we said, last minute stuff to make it even better. So when we're talking about, positive affirmations, I was just like writing a piece yesterday, and I was like, we need some positive affirmations that people can download, right? So it was just like all of a sudden I'm like, this is important. So it was not, it's not something that we took lightly. It's just all of a sudden we're like, yeah, this would help people. So all of a sudden it's like, okay, let's add this in. And then, we have to tell our Spencer, our graphic artist, because, our graphic art in putting up a positive affirmation on a downloadable probably isn't as nice as what
she would do. Is this okay? And she's going to go,
no, she would be like, that's nice.
Good try.
Or that's interesting.
So we need her to do that. So yeah, just putting, again, making sure that each day is exactly what we said it would be, laying it out so that it's easy and that all the information is there. And although that sounds pretty basic when it comes to a summit, it's not. So, a lot of people are sending us information, change of titles, the videos, like that's been a really interesting thing about how to record the video and then how to send the video. I think that's probably been the biggest stumbling block, because some of the videos have been huge files.
Because they don't know how to reduce them.
Right. Or I don't know what they're recording in, whether it's like super high definition, but some of them are 6 and 7 gigs, like size files. And it's like, no, my computer is mad at me this morning because I've been trying, like yesterday, I spent the day like uploading, downloading, inserting, changing. I was doing literally 6 different things on my one little screen. Yeah. I think my computer needs a break.
And I think, it's important to like, we're good at this. So we're fine. We'll take it. We'll change it. We'll splice it. We'll do whatever you need to do. because that's, something that we can handle. But, there are a lot of people who run summits or run certain conferences. They don't know how to do that. So as a speaker, if you don't know how to do that, it's a problem.
Yeah.
So always make sure, if you don't know, make sure that the hosts, the producers of the whatever you're going into, understand how to do it. We don't get mad or anything. It's just like, I get it. I mean, a lot of people just don't know how to reduce their files, and they don't know
how to send a large file. Like, there's multiple different ways. You can use shared drives, you can use different transfer programs and stuff. But if they've never used it, saying something like WeTransfer might not mean anything to them.
Yeah.
But a Google Drive, like, no problem. Some people have done it really well. I think we had one that zipped it.
Yeah.
Which was great as well. So again, just different knowledge levels. And I think you're right. Just ask the question,
in advance,
like
before committing,
or just say, how can I get this to you? What's the easiest way? Now, the good thing for us is I can literally receive it in any way possible.
Right.
Any way you want to send it, I can receive it.
Yeah.
I can reduce the size. I can do all of that stuff, but not all of the hosts can.
No.
I know I'm speaking, doing a webinar in December, and they've asked me to do a 5-minute tech run 3 days before. And that's not typical.
Yeah.
Like that. I've never had that before.
It's actually pretty smart, because they realize they probably had some people that not so good.
Right. And typically when I've done a webinar, I've ran it.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I'm good. I know every platform.
Do you know what they use?
I don't. But I've been in situations where they've used platforms that I have never used, and I've never asked me to do a tech run.
No.
Anyway, I thought that was interesting.
And you know what? For us, just so you know, in case you decide to ask us to ever do one of your webinars, if you guys are watching this right now, if your software isn't very good, we'll probably tell you to use ours. Because I know I've been invited to speak, and I have, and they use like the worst program ever. And it's just annoying when you know that it's not good quality. And sometimes I feel like saying, in advance, well, what do you use? And then I'll know if I should accept the invitation.
Right? Somebody, I don't know who this is. I apologize. But they said, I just checked the size of my file and it wasn't that large. So now we've got people scared. What was the size of my file? Was it under 8?
But you know what? You don't have to, because we don't care. And that's the whole point. We don't care because we know that we can handle it. Stacy was like encoding and splicing and doing lots of crap yesterday. I was just writing. So,
but that's the advantage again of knowing. So going back to what you just said, I actually, was asked to speak. I think it was like a couple of years ago, or even when COVID sort of first happened.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, so what system do you use? And their answer was your Zoom account. My Zoom account, because they had no way of facilitating an online webinar. So they were asking people to speak who had the ability to run a webinar.
So I'm going to flip that on the host side. Shame on you, because you should have consistency for your personnel, right?
Yeah.
You should have a platform that your staff or your clients, your customers understand, because you always use it. We flipped. We told you guys we flipped into using Wave. We used to use, what was it called here? StreamYard. We used to use StreamYard. But we told you guys that we flipped. The reason it didn't matter as much is because your customer experience is the same.
Right.
So we're delivering it in the same way, but we're using a different software. If we had all of a sudden said, oh, you have to log into Zoom to watch us do hot topics, that wouldn't have been consistent with how we deliver. So you have to be, think about don't change the experience completely for the people that you're trying to reach.
Yeah. And just have the ability to execute. I think that's where a lot of people, and we kind of talk about that being, strategist and, producer and making things happen and putting things into action and stuff like that. And that's great. We have that ability.
Yeah.
If you don't, and you want to run something like a summit or a webinar or anything like that, then find someone who can help you. Hire a VA. hire somebody who can sort of operate. There's lots of tech VAs out there, actually. They're starting to become more and more.
And there's also, like, a lot of people say, I'd like to put on a summit, or I'd like to do something. And what you need more than just tech. You need, obviously, what you're going to do and people to follow up and do all that stuff. But you also need somebody to do the pages. So we do our own pages, and then we send them over to get them redone.
But that's the thing, is the plan, the strategy behind it. What are we looking for? What topics would we like to have covered in this particular summit? It wasn't simply a free for all.
It was very strategic,
well planned out. We've been talking about this since a long time ago.
Yeah. So every single day of the summit is different. We wanted to make sure that we went after speakers and experts that were relevant in each and every one of those days, right? Yeah. So that was one thing, right? Getting the tech in the background was another thing. Getting all of it organized, another. And then, of course, as I said, in terms of the pages, it's not that easy if you don't understand the background, right? So you need to understand how the pages link, how you deliver it. And then graphically, does it make sense? How does it look? Is it pretty? As I said, we're fully capable of doing all our own stuff. Yeah. Absolutely, from start to finish. However, we also know that using Spencer to make it look so much nicer than we could do on our own. So ours would look fine.
Right. And we also wanted to ensure that it looked good on the phone.
Yeah.
That was another thing, because we are doing this in the forest. Now, no forest necessary. No. You don't have to go outside your house. You don't have to go to a forest to participate in this particular summit. But some people did ask that question. Yeah. I don't have access to a forest, so I can't do it. Okay, but some people do want to go outside.
Yeah.
You don't have to. You can sit in front of your computer. But we wanted to also make it easy for people to grab their phone, go for a walk, put in earphones if they wanted to listen, or go sit somewhere outside in nature and be able to watch it on their phones. We didn't want them to have to sit in front of a desktop. So it's very user-friendly on the phone as well.
And we wanted you to be inspired to go out, right? Yeah. So to enjoy, and regardless of what it is, when we talk about nature therapy, and a lot of it has to do with trees, you don't have to be in a forest. You can find one tree on your front lawn or in the park,
on your street, somewhere.
So it's just, but like all these moving parts, everything we talk about, all is important into putting it all together. It's not, again, as you said, not for the faint of heart, not simple. If you really want to do one, you have to really figure out who can I hire, who can I work with, who can help me get this together, because we've seen a lot of summits that are really bad.
Well, I just think that I like the flow of ours. And I mean, okay, I'm a little bit biased, but I have been part of a lot of different summits. Yeah. And the fact that this one has a flow, like, again, Fay went through each and every session submission, and she put them in order for each day so that it actually had a flow to it. I find some people just kind of go, this person applied first, so this is going to be the first video. And it's very disjointed.
Yeah.
And I don't like those, because it's hard to find, what do I want to watch? Why? And I get confused. Yeah. And when you're confused or overwhelmed or just feeling weird about it, what do? You run in the opposite direction. Yeah. I'm out of here.
Yeah.
So this one, again, planned out for each day, what's going to happen, first, second, third, and fourth,
And they build on each other.
Yeah.
So for those of you who have been in any of our business programs or any of our programs, our frameworks are always laid out so that each and every session you go to, each and every module you learn, whatever it is, builds on the last. So there is an absolute method to what you're going through. So this summit is all about self-care. It's all about feeling better for yourself. And, the number one thing, the basis of everything before you can do anything is really breath work. And so we literally start with breath work. And that's other than the quiz, the self-care quiz that you're going to do to tell you what you're not doing right. But
what you're doing right.
Yeah, what you're doing right. Some of you will ace it and go, I'm already good. But here's the thing. So a lot of people who we've spoken to we've had a lot of signups, right? A lot of people are coming to the
Tons.
summit from all over the globe. And some people said, well, I think I'm really good at self-care, and I don't know if I really need all those classes. But you know what? Here's the thing. If you're really good, then now's an opportunity to expose yourself to different pieces that you could incorporate, because you might be doing a great job, but you've never even thought of bringing in, therapy with horses or Tai Chi, which is all integrated into our system. Or we move into the more personal pieces, which is like planning and how to go forward with all your self-care and how not to fall back, right? How to make sure you continually do it. So there's so many pieces, whether you have never done anything and you're going to have a low score because you're a couch potato and you eat bonbons and you just watch.
Or Dunkaroos.
Dunkaroos. They're back.
They are.
And so, but that's okay, because there's a huge opportunity for you to watch all of these classes and say, okay, here's something that I would really love to try. Even if it's only one that you go, okay, this is what I'm going to incorporate. That's awesome, because that's a start.
Well, and you know what? I will say, while I was uploading and encoding and moving things around yesterday, my computer's doing 500 different things. I did take an opportunity and do a little bit of a sneak peek, because I feel that's something I can do, because I'm uploading the video. I might as well watch some of it. I think what I'm finding really interesting is how the speakers have approached doing the video.
Yeah.
Because we didn't give a whole lot of guidance, and we did that purposely. We didn't want to say, I need you to go do this, in such and such a way. We did ask them a question, and that sort of became the framework of how they were going to present, or what the topic was that they were going to do. But in regards to how they approach doing the video, because like we've said before, this is not one of those interview summits where we're going to be talking to all of the participants and they can tell you what to do. You're experiencing what they have to offer. So again, one person did this sort of combination session where half the time she's by the water and half the time she's in the forest,
which is very cool.
I was like, oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Some people are doing, more voiceover in regards to some information that they're giving you. Some people are participating. Some people are, walking you through a particular session or whatever the case may be. So really different ways of giving you this information. So I think from that perspective, it's definitely not going to be a typical summit, because each and every one is very different. So not, okay, the next one is, okay, now let's talk to, or now let's have them do this.
No. It's
all
very
different,
immersive.
which
It's
is
very
really
much,
cool.
You are participating. So each one of these classes, these immersions, are something that, the leader, the expert, the instructor would run as a workshop, and you could pay, hundreds or thousands of dollars for this individual class. So the opportunity, and it's all free, so the opportunity for you to participate. And there might be people that you go into one of the classes and go, I love this person. You've never heard of them, you've never met them. Now you can go connect with them and go, what else do they have to offer? Is there somewhere that I could take classes with them, whether it's online? Is there a way I can work with them? So you'll find people that you'll just have never met.
Yeah.
Which is so cool.
Resonating with the way in which they do things, not just them talking about the way in which they do things, which I think is really cool. So loving all the different submissions. I'm really excited to see even more, because now
today
I'm continuing the process. Really excited. And I even called Fay over for one of them. I was like, oh my God, I can't wait to watch this one. I don't remember which one it was now. So really exciting. So that's kind of what we've been up to.
That's what we've literally lived and breathed it for the last couple of weeks, and which is great. But we're also, in the midst of it all, we're still running summer school for our Global Impact Accelerator. So we are live with them, live Q&As today, and we're in study hall as well. So just because we're doing one thing, it doesn't mean you just forget everything else.
We take that hat off and we put the other hat on.
So and it's always great. And a lot of our speakers are now in our Global Impact Accelerator. And so they're really, as they are working on things for the summit, they're also learning how to expand and change their business and get visibility. So it's really exciting to see people that are going to reach, you know, a global audience and how they can do it better. So.
Yeah, and the feedback has been really cool too. Yeah. So again, so the speakers going through the program, we talked to them, you know, before Study Lounge or during the Q&A, and I just, some of them are just been like, holy cow, like this is incredible. I'm really learning a lot. A couple of people fast forwarded to the video part and then went back, backtracked. Some people fast forwarded to the speaking part.
Yeah.
And then backtracked, you know, so they didn't necessarily do it specifically this time in the exact order because they had an agenda.
Yeah.
But it's been really cool.
I mean, we, you know, for our Global Impact Accelerator, we have specific pillars that are standalone. So you can, if you're just interested in learning how to do videos, you're just interested in a podcast or learning how to speak, you can do it, and that you'll learn everything there is to know. But when you do it through the whole framework, from start to finish, it's really impactful because you're just layering again over each other, and that makes a significant difference to how impactful all of your business and stuff can be. So if you're interested in that, you can just go to joingia.com and you can learn more about it. You know, we talk about it all the time. That's our cornerstone foundational program that virtually all our students, all our clients go through, whether you're a corporate client that's interested in more expanding your business or understanding how to increase your visibility in the corporation, or you are an entrepreneur or a teacher or health practitioner. Many different types of people go through the program, but that's our cornerstone. So if you're interested, go ahead and check it out.
And that was just on the screen. And this is now back on the screen as well, which is the summit. So if you have not signed up for the summit, go to forest17.co and literally click that button to sign up. Again, it's free. Starts on Monday.
How many times, when's the last time that you had over 30 classes and workshops for free? I mean, literally, you're literally in a class and it's free. So shame on you if you don't take this opportunity. Even if you say to yourself, oh, I don't have time. You know what? You might have time to jump into one class.
I was going to say
that one class will make a difference.
Huge difference. Yeah. Like it's not, but look at all of them. So if you go to that one page, you'll see all the different sessions and all the different people that are speaking.
We're still loading today.
We are, and we're still, and then a couple of people just went, oh my goodness, you know, can I jump in? Can I be a speaker? And
we're
saying yes to some of them, not all of them, because we, again, you know, we're getting to the crunch and putting everything in, but
because some days, I mean, I think the first day we have like 9 sessions, 9 classes, just the first day. So you can either say, I'm not doing anything, I'm just doing this all day, or you can pick and choose the classes you want to go to. But there is an opportunity if you need to, you know, get the recordings to do it after. So there's lots of different things, but just go take a look, because it might spark your interest. You might say, wow, I never thought about that. Maybe it's something that I can do, rather than just worrying about, you know, and using that self-talk to say, oh, I can't do it. I'm not good enough. I don't think I have the time. So just take the opportunity to see it.
Oz would like to say hello.
We're babysitting Ozzy today.
And he's been so good.
Yeah. Up until now, he must have seen a chicken run by or something.
I hope not.
Yeah, I hope not too.
God, I'd be in panic mode.
Hi, Oz.
No, there's no chickens. Anyway. All right. Well, we have a lot of work to do, so we're going to sign up a little bit early today.
Yeah.
So go sign up for the summit, and we will see you back